Well, hello there again, YouTube. This is Bilal,
Hello, and babes.
and we're going to discuss tonight something that didn't come out the last night that we knocked it out, and it's called basically what makes the what? Let me see.
What makes a
Strong.
strong marriage and a strong family?
Yep. There's a little boy. His name is Francisco in the back, and he's told us that he was going to be very quiet, but he's just smiling and just he's just amazed that he's on television. So anyway, tell me, what you think makes up, you know, strong black marriage, strong black family? Hmm?
Well, this is what, to me,
Hmm.
in my opinion, this is what makes a strong black marriage.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about marriage first.
Okay.
For one, I'm talking to the black women out here in
Hmm.
the world. You must be devoted to your man.
Devoted.
Don't be afraid to say to submit,
Hmm.
okay? Because in return you will get submission from your man if you submit to him also. Do not
Hmm.
try to dominate your man. You don't need to do that.
Hmm.
Show your strong black independence.
Hmm.
I mean, it's okay to be. Let me take these glasses off. See my eyes a little better.
Avoid the glare.
It's okay to be strong and black and proud of it. I am.
Hmm.
I'm not some meek, you know, just how you doing? Yeah. I'm not that type of person. Yeah. Oh, let me wash your feet for you today. You know. Oh, what's your name?
Hmm.
Whatever you say, whatever you tell me, I'm gonna do. And
Hmm.
I mean, I have no problem doing what my husband asks of me.
Hmm.
That's not a problem. What I'm saying is, I'm not gonna let him walk all over me, nor am I gonna let my kids walk all over me or anybody else for that matter.
Hmm.
Okay?
Feel like the
All
one in the
right.
back right now. You
And
see how he is?
he's acting goofy because he's sleepy,
Yeah, he's kind of sleepy now. But the
but
piggyback.
he's quiet.
I'm sorry, to piggyback on what my wife said about, as far as submission, I mean, it goes for the male too. Sometimes the male feels that to have to strengthen the marriage, to have a strong marriage, you really have to, suck it up when it comes to the woman's whims or anything that they would say to to really have a smoother marriage. I mean, that does exist. I mean, when you think about it, because a happy wife is a happy marriage. Always remember that. So, like just recently, I mean, hey, I had to resign from my job because it's been 3 years since I've been away from my family as far as the weekends, and for me to make that sacrifice because I had to go to college, was the best thing that I'd done, to resign from my job since I had finished grad school. So my wife now, she's straightening out the boy now. See, that's what a mother does. See, that's what how long we've been married. See, that she has that kind of pull. See, if it's been our first child, which this is not our first child, she would have probably been kind of catering to him too much. But what I'm gonna do right now is put him to bed. See, that's what I'm gonna do. Put him to bed. Okay. Okay.
So, ladies, don't be afraid, to say yes to your man. Don't be afraid to do for him. He asks you for simple things. Men don't require complicated things.
Nah, we're not
No,
that complicated. We can get
I
very
mean,
complicated.
you give him love and affection, and
Hmm.
talk to him and be very attentive, and he'll be your slave. If he loves you.
Yeah.
Just give him what he requires. Basic needs.
Mhm.
Food.
Food. That's what
Food
see
and
sex, food.
that's what love and
Well,
affection
that's what, nah, affection
comes
is like
in.
like hugging.
I wasn't trying to.
Hugging
I wasn't trying to
like
be all
what? Nah, but
blunt
you
about
not
it, but
what?
he's
Well,
being more blunt
well, we got
about
to
it.
be blunt about it because sometimes people just wonder. It's like um, they beat around the bush about a lot of things, but for the most part, I mean, I know my wife's not like that. She just wanted to be kind of tame regarding YouTube. But let me tell you
Yeah.
something. When it comes to almost 11 years of marriage, there has to be consistent sex. There has to be consistent. You have to talk to one another. I mean, you have to speak on a lot of issues.
Communication.
Communication is important, and you know the issue about people would say, hey, he's like, is sex really that important? I mean, hey, of course it
I
is in
think
a
sex
marriage.
is one of one of the
Hmm.
important elements of a relationship because that lends
Hmm.
to intimacy and and
Hmm.
intimacy lends to closeness
Hmm.
with one another.
Hmm.
So that's why sex is an important part of marriage. The only part, no, no,
No,
it should not be the only part.
I
It should
think.
not be the most important part either,
Hmm.
but it should be an important part.
Okay, well, I don't know about the females out there, but I know as a red-blooded man knows that
Also,
they
I,
need to feel that they are, working. You know what I mean? When you find them, you find yourself knocking out the job. Oh, what happened to my wife? What's wrong?
I'm sorry, I
Uh
had
oh,
something in my eye.
something was wrong with her eye. So she was trying
It's probably
to.
an eyelash.
An eyelid. Okay. Anyway, regarding sex, it so happens that to maintain black love, black marriage, the strong black family, there has to be an attraction for black. There has to be an attraction. I mean, there has to be
Hmm.
that appeal
Of
that
course.
tied us together from the very
Right.
beginning.
Right.
You know.
Because
So,
that's what initially
hmm.
attracts a man and a woman.
Hmm.
That's to be those pheromones there.
Yeah, and I think it's like when my wife. I remember the first time I saw her, and I said, she was in her uniform, in the Air Force uniform, and I knew back in the day, I looked at her, in that uniform, and I was saying, man, I know there's a nice piece of ass right underneath that uniform, boy. Mm. But check it, I was right, but she wasn't too. I remember my wife; she was never too revealing when it came to her body or what have you, and she was always beautiful to me. I mean, she was always so cute, and
I
she,
was a little tomboy, that's
yeah,
why.
yeah, well, bullshit. Like I said, when I took, basically when I got her out of that nonsense with making her feel as if she was the very best thing that ever happened to me in my life, then she started to kind of, get up out of those tomboyish things. Sometimes you still have the tendencies, you know, but
Yeah, I have the tendencies, but that's not my
mhm.
way of carrying myself anymore because I have more self confidence in
Ah,
myself.
she has self
That was just the
confidence.
facade to hide behind, just
Hmm.
to put on a somewhat tough exterior and feel insecure inside.
Well, I
So
assure you, gentlemen, that and ladies, that uh, when it comes to when it comes to black families, I think that if it were not for the attraction, then of course there wouldn't be any children.
right,
And then of course, once you have children, you have to teach them that they have to be more responsible when it comes to their sexuality and what
right,
have you.
right.
And I think the best thing that I could have learned, growing up in the projects was that, you had to choose the very best individual that you could find, and then you had to be really picky about it. But
Hmm.
because you didn't want to find yourself, shortchanging yourself, because there's a lot of people in the project when I was growing up that were just wasn't worth a damn, straight up wasn't worth anything, and we all know this. So just to let you know again that the black family, the only way to keep it together is by having these kind of discussions
Hmm.
and
Open
yeah, open
communication.
communication. Even if everything doesn't have to be so structured. Maybe the next time we're gonna have something we could talk about. It's gonna be structured, but for the most part, I love my wife. Kiss. All
Is it
right.
recording even?
Yeah. It's recording.
Oh,
Okay. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I
sorry.
had to
I
cut
don't
it
have my
off early.
glasses on.
All right. So, peace out, y'all.
Love you.